This video will guide you through the steps to install your Hansen cable railing system. The first step of the process is to determine the railing post layout. Mark your deck using the spacing provided in the Hansen drawings. Using the provided bolts and washers, mount the fascia brackets to the deck. With the fascia brackets installed, it is now time to trim the posts. If your deck is level, trim all posts the same. If your deck has slope, you will need to use a level to determine the length of each post. Mark your posts and trim them to the proper length. Don't forget to install the color-matched plastic caps. It is now time to install the top rail brackets. This is what they will look like on the mid posts. Take care to install the top rail brackets correctly as shown. Moving on to the corner posts, break off the perforated corner portions of the top rail brackets. Once again, be sure to position the top rail brackets correctly. Use these self-drilling screws to secure the posts into the fascia brackets. If you have 90-degree corners, make 45-degree miters on both top rails. Place the top rail on top of the posts. Drill through the top rail brackets into the underside of the top rail. Install the provided end plates as required. Now it is time to make any necessary top rail splices. The final splice should have 8 total screws, 4 on each side. This installer is using a ratchet strap to hold the top rails together during the splice installation. Now install the top rail infills. You are now ready to start installing your cables. Feed the cable end through the initial end post and secure with a nut and washer. A handy trick for feeding the cable through the corner posts is to bend the end at a 45-degree angle. After feeding the cable through all of the mid-posts, mark the cable at the face of the opposite end post. This is where the cable will be cut. Crimp the end of the cable into the provided threaded terminal. Secure the cable end with a nut. Repeat this process for each of the cables. Now tighten all nuts on the initial end posts, leaving some threads for a cap nut. At the opposite end post, use a ratchet and a clamping tool to tighten the cables. Test the tightness of the cables by plucking them and tightening them until firm. Use nuts as spacers before cutting the extra threads from the threaded studs. Trim off the extra threads, making sure to leave enough room for a cap nut. Finish the cable installation by installing the acorn nuts on all threaded studs. Now it's time to enjoy your beautiful new cable railing from Hansen Architectural Systems.